What if the fantasy world you wrote becomes your reality? When a web novel writer suddenly finds herself living as the main character in her own steamy romance, she can't wait to experience the love story she created. But when she discovers her perfect guy isn't who she thought, everything changes. Diving into the world of the adult web novel, written by the character Nam Ja Yeon. At the heart of the story is Seo Yeon Seo, a dedicated dietitian working tirelessly under her demanding and hard-to-please boss, Kang Ha Jun, whose face she has never seen. Each day becomes her own personal hell as she works to recreate the taste of a mysterious sausage that Ha Jun remembers from his childhood. But every day, Ha Jun sends her food back again. As she gives every ounce of her energy to this obsession, the pressure begins to hurt her personal relationship with her boyfriend, Kim Do-gyeom, whom Yeon Seo has also recently learned has been cheating on her. Confronting him, Yeon Seo is shocked when Do-gyeom, who also happens to be Ha Jun's secretary, not only refuses to apologize for cheating, but breaks up with her, saying that he has grown bored with Yeon Seo and implying that anyone would do the same in his position. The heartbreak leaves Yeon Seo devastated. That night, feeling utterly lost, Yeon Seo finds herself at a bar. The only other person at the bar is Ha Jun, whom she doesn't recognize. A perfectionist, Ha Jun keeps sending back the drinks that the bartender makes. Triggered, outside the bar, Yeon Seo vents her frustrations to Ha Jun. Her words spill out in a rush of anger, but as Ha Jun listens intently, he drops a surprising line. "I never get bored with the woman I fall for." In that charged moment, a spark ignites between them, leading to an unexpected, steamy night. Yeon Seo wakes up to a shocking realization. The man she spent the night with is a complete stranger, and she has no idea who he is. She accidentally leaves behind her lanyard at the stranger's place. When Ha Jun discovers it, he pieces together her identity. Yeon Seo receives a note summoning her to the CEO's office, and that's when it hits her. The stranger she slept with was none other than her boss, Ha Jun. Over the next few days, Ha Jun starts showing up at the company cafeteria, something he never did before. Meanwhile, in the real world, we meet up again with Ja Yeon, the author of Spice Up Our Love. She is currently entangled in a legal battle with Bok Gyu Hyeon, a man who left a series of hateful comments. Feeling deeply wronged, Ja Yeon sues him for defamation, and tensions escalate during a heated argument over his insincere apology letter. Just when it seems the situation couldn't escalate any further, fate intervenes in a most dramatic fashion. A truck flies down the road, almost hitting Gyu Hyeon. Although he narrowly escapes, Ja Yeon faints from the shock. When she wakes up again, Ja Yeon's horror grows as she finds herself in the fictional world of her own web novel. No longer merely an observer, Ja Yeon is now trapped in the body of her protagonist, Yeon Seo. Panic floods her as she grapples with this bizarre new reality, her heart racing with disbelief. Desperate to escape her world, Ja Yeon tries to leave the hospital, only to run into none other than Ha Jun. Except there's a shocking twist. Ha Jun is now being portrayed by Ja Yeon's real-life hater, Gyu Hyeon, the very man whose hatred for her work had pushed her into this difficult situation in the first place. The surreal change sends her spiraling deeper into confusion and dread. As if the situation couldn't get any more complicated, the real-life Ha Jun, who had been her first love and her greatest inspiration for the male lead character, is now depicted as Yeon Seo's cruel and heartless ex-boyfriend. Her carefully crafted story has transformed into a chaotic mess, disrupting everything she thought she knew and leaving her feeling completely powerless. As Ja Yeon tries her best to escape the fictional universe she created, no matter how hard she attempts to break free, nothing seems to work. Getting on the bus, she finds that it just loops around to the place that Yeon Seo needs to be for the plot. On top of being trapped in her own story, when the story reaches certain key moments, Ja Yeon also finds that she is forced to perform scenes that she dreads, even when she doesn't want to. This becomes especially uncomfortable when it comes to romantic moments with Ha Jun. To make things even worse, Ja Yeon remembers that the novel ends with a very steamy, key ending scene. She must find a way to leave. Climbing to the top of the building, Ja Yeon tries to kill her character by jumping, but before she hits the ground, Ha Jun jumps up and catches her. Ja Yeon can't believe it. Ha Jun, of course, doesn't believe Ja Yeon when she tries to tell him that they are living inside a fictional world of her making. To convince him, Ja Yeon decides to take a bold move, dragging Ha Jun to the beach, an hour and a half out of Seoul. Once there, she tells him that she will soon find herself trapped in the freezer at their company. Ha Jun exclaims, "How would this be possible?" However, just as Ja Yeon finishes making the prediction, her body is once again pulled into the story, and she vanishes from Ha Jun's sight as he is about to give her his blazer. Ha Jun wonders where she disappeared to. Even though Ja Yeon knows she won't die from hypothermia, being trapped in the company's large industrial-style freezer is still terrifying. Ja Yeon struggles to maintain her composure. Meanwhile, Ha Jun can't believe what he has just seen. Sitting in his car, Ha Jun debates about what to do. If he doesn't go, Yeon Seo will die. But if he goes, he'll be admitting to himself that his whole life has been a creation of Ja Yeon's imagination. Back in Seoul, despite the employees at the company frantically trying to save her, it's only Ha Jun who can open the door. Eventually coming to her rescue, Ha Jun, in a dramatic, sweeping moment, arrives and easily opens the freezer door. As Ha Jun carries Yeon Seo out, much to Ja Yeon's surprise, her heart flutters. Having witnessed the freezer incident firsthand, Ha Jun can no longer deny the truth. Ja Yeon is indeed his creator, and their world exists because of her. This revelation fills him with deep sadness. If everything around him is fabricated, it means that his feelings for Yeon Seo, which grow stronger by the day, may not be real either. The idea that his emotions and connection to her are merely part of a scripted story leaves him feeling empty. To comfort Ha Jun and help him come to terms with this new reality, Ja Yeon brings them both to the sausage restaurant from Ha Jun's childhood, aka the taste that he so desperately wanted Yeon Seo to replicate. This is a significant spot in both the web novel and Ha Jun's personal memories. As it turns out, the restaurant that Ha Jun remembers from childhood was actually owned by Yeon Seo's grandmother, and the missing ingredient that Yeon Seo just couldn't put her finger on had been her grandma's special sauce this whole time. Sitting inside the restaurant, Ja Yeon explains that the sausage storyline in her web novel was inspired by her own childhood memories when her mother made sausages for her. Ja Yeon uses this connection to argue that the whole world of the Spice Up Our Love story isn't 100% fictional. Instead, it's based on her real memories, emotions, and experiences. Just because the world and the characters come from her imagination, it doesn't mean they aren't real in a way. Bonding together, Ha Jun begins to see that his feelings for Yeon Seo, whether scripted or not, are real to him. And, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters. Meanwhile, Ja Yeon is also starting to soften toward Ha Jun, falling for his personality and their undeniable chemistry. At the same time, having fully embraced that she is living in a world of her own creation, Ja Yeon decides to dive headfirst into this fantastical universe and have a bit of fun. Their first stop? A series of over-the-top shopping sprees where Ja Yeon enthusiastically drags Ha Jun along for some much-needed shopping therapy. Their adventures don't stop at shopping, though. Ja Yeon and Ha Jun fly to Japan to enjoy some amazing Japanese food, far better than any restaurant she had ever visited in her other life. Next, they treat themselves to pastries in Paris, and as if that weren't enough, Ja Yeon and Ha Jun indulge in relaxing massages in Thailand. With each new adventure, Ja Yeon feels a liberating sense of joy and excitement washing over her. Strolling through a scenic park in Seoul, Ja Yeon and Ha Jun enjoy their peaceful cherry blossom walk. Ja Yeon unexpectedly spots her younger self with her father, living her dream life. Seeing her past self and her father, Ja Yeon feels her inner child healing. But while her new life is perfect in almost every way, hilariously, when Ja Yeon and Ha Jun try to sleep together after a passionate evening, the next morning, they find themselves confused and disoriented when neither of them can remember what happened the night before. Bewildered, they try again, but once more, they remember nothing at all. It turns out that in the real world at this point in the story, Ja Yeon had agreed with her editor to make the web novel more PG, an ironic twist of fate that leaves her in disbelief. Although Ja Yeon is disappointed, Ha Jun comforts her by saying, "I don't need a scene as long as I have you. You being in front of me is all I need." How cute. But as with any good story, darkness looms on the horizon, especially when it becomes clear that Do Gyeom is not just a nuisance. He is the source of Yeon Seo's past trauma and was the one who locked her in a freezer. Consumed by fury and jealousy, Do Gyeom turns into a full-blown bad guy, speeding down the road with his black car aimed at Yeon Seo. Facing this nightmare, Ja Yeon reluctantly realizes that her life is following a set plot. But, just as it seems like Yeon Seo's fate is sealed, Ha Jun steps in, heroically pushing her out of harm's way. Worried, Ja Yeon shakes Ha Jun, unable to believe what she's seeing as he lies on the ground. Luckily, the surgeon tells Ja Yeon that Ha Jun is okay as the main lead never dies. Looking for Ha Jun, Ja Yeon runs to the rooftop. Their eyes lock, and she confronts him with a burning question. "Why did you save me?" He replies with heartfelt sincerity, "You're the reason I exist. You're the reason I want to exist. I love you, Miss Nam Ja Yeon." Overwhelmed by emotion, they share a kiss. Just as the story seems to be wrapping up neatly, Ja Yeon is thrust back into her real life. Ja Yeon wakes up in the hospital room Gyu Hyeon booked for her after she fainted, feeling momentarily confused as her dream still lingers in her mind. As she shakes off the fog of unconsciousness, her heart skips a beat when she sees Gyu Hyeon. Their eyes lock, and with a newfound sense of determination, Ja Yeon realizes that she's finally ready to embrace a real-life romance with her dream man.